we have the power to become stronger in this phase of life. And we have the power to become more vital and get the right nutrition for us. And it's really just about education, and there's not enough education on this topic. So that's why I make these videos. And that is why I teach what I teach. And if you're wondering, who am I? My name is Omega. I am an exercise scientist and menstrual cycle educator. And I founded one of the first certifications for personal trainers to optimize and balance their clients' hormones. And in that certification, we are heavy in perimenopause and postmenopause and how we can support our clients through that transition in life. And I have one of my clients, Heidi, who is in perimenopause, and she says, I'll be 44 years old next week. I'm about 1 year into noticeable perimenopause symptoms. And if you're here and if you're going through perimenopause, you already know that it can last for up to 10 years. Within the last few months, I've been experiencing low progesterone symptoms such as spotting. I would spot 2 weeks after my now irregular period. The spotting color is typically brownish that you would expect. So, she says, over the last couple months, I've been increasing my magnesium intake with a can of oysters and other magnesium-rich foods daily. These are foods that help support progesterone. Foods in addition to my magnesium supplement that I take daily. She also has been taking, she says, 50 milligrams of daily zinc to boost up my FSH hormone. And then she says, I'm super excited to report that I have not had any spotting on my most recent period. As a matter of fact, this one was the most smooth sailing bleed I've had in a while. So we are going to talk about nutrition for the cycle. And these are things that I teach in the Confident Menstrual Cycle Coach Academy. Obviously, this is a way more condensed version. And first things first, I want to go over the metabolism differences that we can expect throughout perimenopause and postmenopause. Increase in a loss of muscle mass. And what this does is it lowers basal metabolic rate, which, as you know, is that thing that keeps our metabolism running. So we have an increased protein requirement in this time. But why is muscle mass declining? In the video that I talk about perimenopause and postmenopause training right here, which I will link to below, I go a lot deeper into the estrogen and progesterone changes that are happening and how that impacts our overall hormone profile. But estrogen is one of those things that helps support our metabolism and our mood. Progesterone also supports our mood. So these changes in estrogen and progesterone and the chemistry that your unique or your client's unique body has are those things that can result in the perimenopause symptoms that we see so common. Hot flashes, sleeplessness, changes in bone mass, abdominal fat accumulation. And so for all of these reasons, protein becomes incredibly important. So I'm going to share this study. It's a 2022 study by Simpson and colleagues, and it's entitled Weight Gain During Menopause Transition, Evidence for a Mechanism Dependent on Protein Leverage. Can you say that 3 times fast? So this is what happens in menopause. We have an intermittent low estrogen. So estrogen in this case is estradiol. There are 3 types of estrogen, and the one that becomes more prominent post-menopause is estrone, and estrone can be stored in our fat tissue and then given to our body that way. So fat is not a bad thing. Fat's a good thing, especially in that menopause transition. We also have intermittent high FSH. FSH is follicular stimulating hormone, and what follicular stimulating hormone does, if you don't know already, is it helps mature the eggs in our ovaries. And it increases in the perimenopause state generally for most people, leading to shorter and shorter cycles. So this combination of intermittent low estradiol and high FSH leads to enhanced muscle protein breakdown, which they say in parentheses is an increase in protein requirement. Duh, right? And then with this increase in muscle breakdown, we then have the hormonal signals from the muscle and liver saying,
enhance protein appetite.
And so either you get that dietary protein or you don't. And this graph is saying that when we get that dietary protein, then we have a complete protein recovery. And this is very important when we talk about maintaining muscle mass and having a good recovery with our workouts. And if we don't, we're going to have even more muscle breakdown and muscle loss. And that's not what we want, especially when we're trying to increase quality of life, increase independence, help our clients show up in the gym more, and also decrease the fat mass that generally accumulates in peri and post-menopause. So let's transition to talk about carbohydrate and carbohydrate tolerance. So the pancreas, which works to help regulate insulin and blood sugar, isn't really what it used to be. It has a decreased capacity at this point in our life. And you can chalk that up to the pancreas just being a little older, or you can say, wow, there's really significant changes in our hormones that impact our pancreas. And simple sugars may cause too much load for the pancreas and the liver. Remember, the liver, one of its many functions, hundreds of functions, is to store sugar in the form of glycogen. And so when it can't do that as well, that's when it increases the storage in, say, our abdomen area, which is by and large what so many people in the perimenopause state complain of, is like, I have all of this fat around my abdomen where I never had it before. So an increase in complex carbs, obviously, if you're not teaching your clients about the importance of complex carbs, we all should be talking about it. Like, the days of if it fits your macros is long gone, and I have a whole video on macros, and you can watch it using the link below if you're interested in that. If you've been living on the if it fits your macros and want to learn more about that and how it impacts hormones, then you can watch it down there next. A lot of people in this phase of life are told to cut carbs, which is terrible, obviously, or reduce carbohydrate intake. And I'm not a fan of that, because I don't believe that we should be restricting our clients. I think that leads to a lot of weird mental things. And I've been there, and I talk about that in this video right here, which you can also watch later. But I think that helping our clients understand how carbs work in the body, especially in this phase of life, helping them understand that their pancreas just isn't what it used to be, and they might have a decreased capacity for carbohydrate, simple carbohydrate, is incredibly important. And with this conversation, we also have to talk about alcohol, because alcohol is totally something that is promoted to this population as heart healthy, right? Well, there's resveratrol in other things too. There's resveratrol in grapes, I think in grapefruit, in anything that has antioxidants has some resveratrol in it, I'm pretty sure. And so understanding that how food is marketed to us is very specific, and helping our clients decrease their alcohol intake is going to increase the results that you can get them in the gym. So having firm boundaries with your clients about the nutrition intake, and not only guiding them, but also, I know that not all personal trainers have the luxury of really deciding who they work with, but I believe that the more firm you are with your expectations of your clients, the more of the right clients that you will attract to yourself. Okay, so really quickly, the role of fats this is an important topic too, but I'm not going to get too far into the fats, because we have, protein and carbohydrate has taken up the bulk of this conversation. But when estrogen decreases, so does our vascular health. That's why we are marketed this idea that, we need to protect our heart with wine, because wine is heart healthy. You know what else is heart healthy? Omega-3s. Omega-3s can increase vascular health and increase the amount of quote unquote healthy fats we get. And with this estrogen decrease, we can have a funky relationship between LDL and HDL as well. And so helping our clients get healthy fats is just going to aid them in having a healthier LDL and HDL. And then we have vitamin D too. So vitamin D obviously found in milk and cheese and kale, and all of those things work to improve our vascular health and our bone health as well. So those are just two ways that you can help incorporate fat into the conversation with your clients who are going through peri and post-menopause. And if you want to learn more about hormones and how to optimize and balance your clients' hormones and your own hormones, consider signing up for the Confident Menstrual Cycle Coach Academy. I'll put a link down below, and if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.